Hello, everybody. Hello there. Everybody here? Wow, if you only knew what it took to get me in here. It is absolutely crazy. Trying to juggle it all. But we did it. And to God be the glory, we're here. I told you all the time, I tell you all the time. It's not necessarily so that it's going to be easy for you to do the will of the Lord. But it is doable. And you have to persevere even when you don't feel like it. You have to still persevere to make sure that you get it all done. And that I'm going to try to move this because I got this all bootlegged up here. There you go. That you get it all done and you do exactly what God is calling you to do. Well, I'm really happy to be back on here and speaking to you all, even though it may be just for a little bit. I think sometimes, we kind of forget that all of what we do is the will of the Lord, every bit of it. I was talking to somebody the other day about ministry. And I said to them, so many times we think that ministry is just, what I get up and do at a microphone and, the way I conduct myself in a church setting. And the gist of ministry. But ministry is all of it. Ministry is everything that God has set your hands to do. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people don't really get it. I saw somebody, they were saying to me that, somebody was ministering and they had like 3 or 4 kids and they were saying, well, their mother take care of their kids and they go off and they minister, around the country. And I said, all of it is ministry. My mom is my ministry. Every part of it. And I'm using me that people are calling into my cell phone because it was difficult to get my computer and everything on here, but we're here, so we just have to deal with that a little bit. All of it is ministry. If God gives you a house, if you have, older parents, you operate in the ministry at your church. I operate right here at 3 with me. And then I have to go abroad and do what God has called me to do as it relates to ministry. All of it is ministry. And I really can't afford for any part of what God has given me hit the ground. Not one part of it. And I think that's why it takes maturity for God to entrust something into your hands. And a lot of people think they want things that they're really not ready for. Because when you're graced to do something, what may be difficult for other people, you make it look easy when you're graced to do it. Nevertheless, it does not go without saying that it's not difficult or it's not challenging. And I think during this course of me being gone from At 3 with me, and as you all say, Dr. Bynum took a break. That's a joke. You don't know how bad I would have preferred to be sitting in my house online at 3 with me. Trust me when I tell you, what I do with you all is a break in comparison to what I do when I'm not online with you all. And all of what I have been accomplishing and having to get done, there has not been one day that has gone by, except for the 6 days that I was sick with a migraine. And I hadn't had a migraine in almost 6 years, but, you know, for whatever reason, I got one. And so Christmas, you know, leading up to Christmas and 3 days after Christmas, I was with my head under the cover. I didn't want to hear a roach walk, literally. Just, oh my God, it hurt that bad. But then after that, you know, I got up moving and preparing for At 3 with me, and working personally on resolving all the issues with the books and all of that. It's nonstop. And that's when I started realizing the responsibility of real ministry. God gives you something to do, and he puts something in your spirit, and he tells you, you know, I've called you to do this, you know. And I think the sad part about it is everything that God gives you to do, it has to have your thumbprint. You can't leave it in the hands of anybody. You can't turn your back from it. It has to keep your thumbprint. And so for that reason, we have to pray for tenacity. We have to pray that God would give us the strength, because it takes strength to be successful. And I just said something right there, loud and clear. It takes strength to be successful. Successful people are not weak people. Successful people are not people that's talking about I'm lucky. Successful people is not people that, you know, you look at and you go, oh wow, look at what happened to her. Or, you know, look at what happened for them. That's not how that goes. Success is for people who their nature, they have a nature that says I'm a hard worker. Their nature is the nature of a bulldog with that kind of tenacity. Because in order for you to succeed, you have to first face the hurdles. Anything that's going to try to come and intercept and interrupt, you have to face that head on. You can't run from that. And it takes mental strength. It takes mental strength, not just prayer. We pray, yes, but when you get through praying, like God told Joshua, when he was down there praying, he said, now get up and confront the issue. You still have to confront the issue. You still have to come face to face. Because I want to say this to you. The Bible said that the blessings of the Lord maketh rich and addeth no sorrow with it. The scripture also tells us that, and God will open up the windows of heaven, pour you out a blessing you won't have room to receive. Now watch this. Listen to this. Listen to this. It just dawned on me today that we're not ready for the blessings of God. We're not ready for the blessings of God. We have prepared ourselves. No, this really hit me today. Seriously, this really hit me today. We have prepared ourselves for the blessings that we can understand the orchestration of the blessing. Okay, what do I mean by that? we're ready for the blessing that we have prepared our minds for. So I'll give you a good example. If God is, you've been praying and asking God for a car. I'm just going to use that as an example. You've been praying and asking God for a car. And so, you're preparing for a car. You're preparing for a car. But when the Bible said that I would do exceedingly and abundantly and above all you can ask or think, are you prepared for a Rolls Royce? Are you prepared if God give you 2 cars? If God give you 3 cars? Are you prepared if somebody were to sit a dealership in your lap? Because I've been feeling this very strong, that we better get prepared for the blessings of the Lord. I'm not talking about what we can orchestrate in our mind. I'm talking about the kind of blessing where the one translation said that the blessing is going to throw you down. I'm talking about the kind of blessing that you don't have room to receive it. Literally, so much coming at one time till you're trying to orchestrate mentally and emotionally where to place everything. I'm talking about that kind of blessing. I'm talking about that kind of blessing. And that's the reason why right now we have to become integral in ourselves. We have to get a grip, people, because I'm telling you, this thing is coming quick. This is coming quick. For those of you that have been sitting here with me for the last 6-7 months, listen. The blessing that God is about to give us, no, we paid the price for it. We sat here day after day after day, as they say, when everybody else was lollygagging. We were in what God has called us to do. That's my blessing keep ringing in right there. It's a television station warning me, and I'll get to him. But the blessings of God is coming in such a way that you're going to have to get yourself together. Because that's what I'm over here doing. It's like I'm over here talking in my mind. I'm over here going, God, okay, you said you was going to bless, and you said you were going to open doors, and and I promise y'all, I know what's sitting over here. I know what the Lord has already done for me over here. I already, we're already in negotiations with the paperwork and all of that over here. And we're down to negotiating dollars and cents now. We're not negotiating whether or not, the networks want me. We're talking about how much I'm going to be paid. But I didn't see this one coming. I didn't see this one coming. My head wasn't even here. I had left outside of the box of the people that I know can bless me, and the people that's around me can bless me, and the people that I have a relationship with, they can bless me and they can open up doors for me. None of that happened. None of that happened. And so here the Lord opens up doors over here, and I'm over here looking, and then something just touched me on the shoulder over here and said, excuse me, this is for you too. And you look at yourself and go, I'm not ready. Oh my God. Oh, I'm talking from experience today. I'm not on at 3 with me today I'm here to tell you that if God has set me on this page since July 2nd, and I have been praying and teaching and moving in the prophetic, and have been ministering and doing what God has called me to do, and I'm overwhelmed at the blessings of the Lord, then the oil of the anointing to destroy yokes, to destroy the yoke of poverty, to destroy the yoke of lack, to destroy the yoke of restraints, to destroy the yoke of every hindrance, to destroy the yoke that keeps that dam from breaking, for God to do all of what he said he would do, that exceedingly and abundantly level. Are you hearing me today? That's the level that I'm hearing the Lord say, how can you get ready for that? How can you get ready for that? You have to be ready this way. This is the only way I know. It's to say, Lord, I'm just here. And you put this in my hands. And whatever you want me to do, that's what I'm going to do. God, I really don't know what I'm doing with this one. But if you set this in my lap, then there's something in me that you know can handle this blessing. I'm telling you right now, I'm feeling something in my spirit so strong. You are about to be overtaken. You are about to be overwhelmed. This is that blessing that no eye have seen, no ear have heard, neither has it entered into the hearts of men. The things that God, according to the Amplified Bible and the Message Bible, have set aside with your name on it. Did you hear what I just said? Can't nobody else get what God has for you. And it may look like they can get it. And it may look like they already got it. But when it's time for God to give you what the Lord has promised you, I'm going to go back to something that I said. Remember when we were talking about Abraham and Sarah, and how when it's time for God to do it for you, okay, the Lord constructed the human body, the anatomy of the body, to operate in a certain way. God did that. God was the one that put this body in a time restraint, where after a certain amount of time, there's some things it cannot do. After a certain amount of time, the body stops regenerating. You know it. I don't have to go through all that. The body stops producing. God designed us that way. And then, when the Lord got ready to keep his word, he broke his own rule. He took that body of Abraham and Sarah and put it in a divine place and caused them to conceive in a divine place, because that which is coming forth out of them was going to be for a divine purpose. And that's when the Bible said Abraham was one man. Abraham was one man. And I'm talking to one person on this page from every household that's being represented. You are going to be the reason why your house gets blessed. Now that's a word from the Lord. You are going to be the reason why the doors are going to unlock. You are listen, I'm not in tongues, and I'm not even raising my voice. But I promise you, there is an assurance and a confidence in my belly right now that you are going to be the reason why your house get a breakthrough. In this season that I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about in a matter of days. I'm not talking about months. I'm not talking about months. I'm talking about the due season. And if God has taken me into my due season, and you have been the students on this page, He's not taking me and not taking you. It ain't my turn and your turn is coming up the road and around the corner. Your turn is now. Your turn is now. The expectation of the Lord is now. Right now. I'm telling you, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, you all haven't heard me say anything about the Impact Network. I'm at a loss for words. I'm going on television tonight for our first special, our first launch special. I'm at a loss for words. I'm like, God, what? You had this? And he said, all the time. I'm like, you had this in mind? He said, all the time. I orchestrated everything from the beginning. Even the angel that was sent to this man to speak a word, to cause him to even buy this network. He said, I was working all while you were being obedient, I was working. Did I just say something right there? Did I just say something right there? While you were being obedient, Juanita, I was working. And what I was able to accomplish was based upon your divine obedience. And I said to you, sit down on that 3 with me. And I want you to be faithful. I want you to be faithful. I don't want you to make this about somebody giving you, sow your seed, sow your seed. No, and I haven't done that. I mean, my birthday is one thing. My staff wanted to do that. I said, okay, all right. People want to sow a seed for my birthday, then sow it. If they don't, it's no big deal, because I celebrate to me by myself every year. And I have a wonderful time. I prepare and I save so that I can reflect and celebrate my life. I don't wait on other people to celebrate my life. And anybody that wants to sow a birthday seed, that's fine. And if you don't, and if you don't have it, I'm not offended, because I don't do what I do for that. Because if it was, I would have been doing it a long time ago. Nobody sits here for 7 months, 5 days a week, and teach the word of the Lord without saying, and go and sow your seed. If that word don't bless you, sow your seed. No, because it wasn't about that. It was about the timing of the Lord for a group of people to get in the divine timing and the divine plan of God, because of what God was getting ready to do. And it was about the Lord using the prophetic call on my life to say, I'm calling all of y'all to sit here and be still and let me travel you and navigate you, because the month of January is coming. And there's some things that I'm about to do for my people. But there is a specific group that I have said, sit here and hear the word of the Lord. Sit here and be taught. Sit here and understand what I'm trying to put in you. Sit here and understand that all of these foundations that I have been teaching, it's been for this moment right here. Right here, right now. So I'm obedient to God. And I'm treating at 3 with me. That's why some of you all can just calm down. I'm never going to leave this show unless God just send down a wave. And even if I hear him say it's over, I'm going to have to keep on going back. He about going to have to just shut Facebook down to convince me that he is saying that I'm not to go live on at 3 with me. So everybody can just relax. I got to do what I got to do. I got to go do what God is calling me to do. And that little season is almost over with. And I'm going to celebrate my birthday on Monday and Tuesday. And Wednesday, we would be back on at 3 with me. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then starting up the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Is that all right with y'all? Ain't nobody going nowhere. Because some of y'all be missing. But Juanita Bynum be still right here. Still coming on. And y'all be talking, oh, I missed it. You know what? I had something I had to do. And I watched it at 10. I had something I had to do. And I watched it at 12. I had something I had to do. And I didn't get up and watch it till the next morning. But it's called at 3 with me because there's some people that's supposed to be there at 3 with me. Y'all know I'm going to be mama for a minute there. So mama been sitting here. Everybody else was kind of jumping in and watching it when you got around to it, when it fit your schedule. But this was the schedule that God gave me. Okay? So I'm not going anywhere. But the Lord was preparing me for this moment. He was preparing us. Sit down here at 3 with me. And I'm going to see how without me coercing you, without me promising you anything, I'm going to see if you're going to be faithful to what I called you to do. And I was. And I was. Not knowing I was being watched. not knowing there was another plan going on. I told you all when I left going to the conference on last Thursday, there has to be a representation of your movement towards success before you even become successful. Because the divine connection will take place in your movement. In your movement, not in you, just sitting back saying, well, maybe. No, in your preparation. Somebody said, well, Dr. Bynum, I just need money. No, that ain't what he said. He didn't say he was going to give you money. He said I would supply a need. According to him, there's no need. Then what can I say? You have to give God a need. And now I got to run because the television network is calling me, and this is the third time they've called me, so apparently there's something that they want to say to me. But I'm going to be on tonight at 8:30 on Impact Network. If you got Comcast, if you got DirecTV, it is my launching. It is a launch date, and it's a God thing. That's all I can tell you. And I thank you all for your prayers, because what you getting ready to see happen tonight is what the Lord promised. And those of you that don't have Comcast, you don't have DirecTV, you don't have Time Warner, you don't have Spectrum, you don't have any of those outlets, then you can go right online and watch at watchimpact.com. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post the link on our page tonight. So those of you that don't have Comcast, you don't have DirecTV, I'm going to post the link to the page, to the network on my page tonight when we get ready to go live at 8:30. So you'll get a chance to see it. But this is the Lord's doing. And if he's doing it for me, he's getting ready to do it for you. And I know that for a fact. So I want all of y'all to be praying for me tonight. Yeah, you feel a little nervous. It's like, oh, I'm always nervous. Every time when I come on here, I'm nervous. If you're ministering for God and you ain't never nervous, you and your flesh, something wrong with you. I'm always nervous. When I grab a microphone, there's never a time that I'm not nervous. Never a time when I push that I'm going live on here that I don't feel the jitters. Because you all are not my people. You're God's people. And I don't want to get on here and say something that God ain't saying. I don't want to do nothing that God ain't doing. And so to have to sit here and be sensitive to his voice as well, that's the key right there. That you say what God is saying and not what you want to say. And so thus far, we still in good graces. Thus far, we still have At 3 with me. And the Lord is going to tremendously continue to bless it. And I'm working on some stuff for us. So y'all just keep praying for me, because I'm working on At 3 with me to become bigger and better. I got some up my sleeve. Trust me, I do. Well, I got to run. Got to get in makeup. Got to get over to the television station and watch. That's Impact Network on DirecTV, on Time Warner, on Comcast, Xfinity, and many others. And the flyers on the Facebook page. And if you don't have any of those outlets, I'm going to post a link on our page tonight so that you all can watch that don't have those particular networks and you haven't signed up for that, okay? All right, Mama got to run. You all be blessed. I love you. Be you. Be free. And be all that you can be. I'm telling you, this is our hour. This is our time. No more waiting. The wait is over. Prophecies, no more prophecies delayed. No more, the book of Ezekiel said, will it be noise about what God would do, and we won't see it. This is a time that there would be no more delays. If you could trust the word of the Lord in my mouth tonight, there would be no more delays. That's right. Get your spirit ready to humble itself under God, because I'm telling you, only thing that's going to help you to carry the weight of the blessing that he's about to drop on you is humility and obedience. Lord, what in the world do you want me to do with this? All right, gotta go. Love you. God bless y'all.